Hello guys, this is Adrian Rodriguez, and today I will be reviewing Article 10. I will be highlighting key information from the article. The article is Discussing Operationism in Psychology by Tim B. Rogers. To start, for the introduction, operationism was brought upon as something very important in the 1930s. 4 years after Skinner's presentation of Bridgman, The Logic of Modern Physics, which was the first explanation of operationist position, by S.S. Stevens, released the first treatise on operationism in psychology. Stevens then defined it as an operation as the performance which we execute in order to make known a concept. By 1939, it was considered a rapid and outstanding change. Next up, for the historical developments first. In the progressive era in the United States, scientific technology was wanted to be applied to humans and their problems since education was on the rise, and it was a key factor for explaining psychology's utility. It was much needed since in 1905, 10 million immigrants arrived on the U.S. shores, which was about 10% of the population at the time. This means education was on the rise, which then means social needs were all. It was much needed at the time since in 1905, 10 million immigrants arrived on the U.S. shores, which was about 10% of the population at the time, which is actually insane. Sorry about that. Education was on the rise. This means that social needs were as well, which psychology could help with. Alfred Binet created the most dramatic action in psychology. He created a test to differentiate between normal and subnormal students. And then psychological testing was accepted due to the civil service testing and its successful scores in operation. Next up, for some difficulties that arrived in operationism. One was measurement without definition. So basically, it came after the World War I testing, then it was canceled immediately after the armistice. Ultimately, psychologists were getting results without solid evidence and only on native ability and prior knowledge to what they already knew. With no clear definitions and intelligence, testing led to many problems and challenges on finalizing data and results. So this obviously created some chaos and questioning. Next up, for operationism today. First, there is various ways of it, but operational definitions is part of our psychology's vocabulary today. Next up, some psychologists forget what it is made to solve and its ruse, ultimately making it like a bad look. The idea of social problems being taken from their content, study them in a different environment, then gain control of them is a form of operationism. It is a form of illusion, ultimately. Operationism is still flowing with superfluous meaning that goes way back in the day, but is continuously growing. And then last, Thomas Leahy says scientific insecurity was the root of the problem. Really hope you guys enjoyed my presentation today. Leave comments down below. Thank you guys so much.